I'm Sonny the Badger from the Badgers and the Biker Lifestyle on Facebook, and of course, supportbikers.com. So, in today's segment, we're going to talk about Harley Davidson. In case you missed it, on 1/26, they released all their 2022 models. Now, they'd released some earlier, a couple weeks earlier, but these were like the ones that were supposed to be top secret, which weren't exactly top secret. But they did this big release party, and so they released the new bikes, the new clothing. They talked about the 120th anniversary party. It was a big celebration of what they had coming. And so first thing they did was they started off with, everybody's been begging for performance baggers from them. So this year they came out with a performance bagger line called the ST line. They also did some new paint schemes for the CVOs. They look awesome. I saw some flames, and I know a lot of people don't like flames, but I like unique. So this is something they haven't done in a few years. I think they look fantastic. You've got to go check them out. But they're just, doing the stuff that the other companies aren't doing, and I really dig that. They've got all new clothing lines to go with their new bikes. They were talking about how they looked at the bikes and then they tried to match clothing to correspond with the bikes. That's kind of a unique way of looking at it. And then, of course, they talked about their big 120th anniversary party in 2023 up there in Wisconsin. That looks like a blast. I know we're going to try to plan to put it in our schedule, because I bet it's an awesome party. So if you guys are really into this type of stuff like I am, I like to know the specs, I like to know the colors, I like to know the suspension, the engines, all the details. I brought somebody on today's episode that is really, really good at that. I mean, he will literally Google Map to figure out where a picture was taken so that he can give you all the inside details on these bikes. He does a lot of research, and I just love watching that stuff way more than I like doing that stuff. So if you guys like that type of stuff too, let me introduce you to Mike.
My main channel is Riding in the Ozarks. That's how most people know me. I recently started a second channel called New Bike Mike, where I specifically just talk about new motorcycles of all different brands on that channel. On Riding in the Ozarks, it's maybe a little more editorial, where I give more of a personal opinion on things that I might not do on the other channels so much. So those are my two YouTube platforms, and on Instagram and Facebook, you'll find me under Riding in the Ozarks. And I did start an Instagram under New Bike Mike, just because some people have found that channel and didn't know how to reach me. They didn't realize they'd never seen me on my other channel.
Fantastic. So guys, one of the main reasons that I have Mike on here is I like to watch Mike's videos. So Mike is really good at going in depth with anything happening in the motorcycle world, but specifically Harley. Like, he listens to their Q1, Q2, Q3 calls. So if I want to know what's going on, like financially, fiscally with like Harley Davidson, I don't go listen to the call, because Mike's already done that for me. And he's laid out all of the important points, so I don't spend that time. And so he is absolutely one of my favorite creators, because he gives me all the statistics. I know that he did a couple videos this last week, kind of guessing and what's leaked, because Harley leaked some stuff this year on their new bike announcement.
Yeah, and I hear from a source that they think some of the stuff was leaked in the last few days, since they gave the information to the dealers, and they're not too happy about it. But in fact, one of the photos I know I've had for 11 days before the dealers got information on Monday. So their leak goes back to September. I'm not going to say who I tracked the first leaked photo of the Lowrider ST2, but it was on social media back in September publicly. And some of the information I get credit for, I couldn't do without my community. That first leaked photo, I threw it up in a video, and I was a little skeptical if it was really from Harley Davidson. And somebody said, look into this. And they gave me some ideas where to look. And I was able to trace down using Google Earth where the photo was taken, because of the uniqueness of the photo in the background. So, it kind of confirmed that it was truly a Harley Davidson photo.
And guys, he did a video on that. You guys can check out that video on his channel, Riding in the Ozarks, because he's got like Google Earth. I mean, he went in depth. Like he's like 007 in this stuff. So you guys definitely want to check out his channel for all the cool information and the insider stuff. I love motorcycles. I love the excitement of motorcycles. He loves like the technical aspect and digging up the specs and what's happening. And to me, I mean, I love that part. So that's why he is one of my favorite channels. So now you also ride. So what bike do you ride?
My primary motorcycle is a 2016 Street Glide Special. I also own a Suzuki DR650 dual sport bike for when I want to get off of the paved road. I own, but it is not currently running, my very first Harley Davidson, still a 1994 Dyna Lowrider. So
very cool.
Technically, I own a DR200 that we got for Firecracker to ride off-road with me.
And so you mentioned Firecracker. Firecracker is your other half, your better half.
Exactly. Definitely better looking.
And she also rides, right? She rides her own.
She rides her own. She's got a 2000 Dyna. It's the Dyna Sport. So it's similar to the Lowrider Dyna in a way, the dual front disc brakes and things like that. But it actually had the gauges up on the bar, the tack and the speedometer, which is kind of interesting considering where the direction of the new Dyna or the new Lowrider is gone.
Speaking of the new Lowrider ST has Firecracker written all over it.
We've already talked to the dealer locally, and when he gets confirmation that his is shipped and he knows what day it's going to be there, we'll probably be there to see it come off the truck so we can take a look at it, and she can decide if that is now on the shopping list or if she's going to continue to look for a used Sport Glide.
I know the Sport Glide was kind of her jam. It looks like pretty much the same bags. So she would be gaining a little more horsepower and a fairing.
She would. She likes, the Sport Glide. She likes the Batwing fairing, the mini Batwing fairing on the Sport Glide a little better. This one, she thinks, but till she sees it up person, sits behind it. This is a fixed fairing. It's fixed to the frame, so it's not going to turn with the front like a Batwing does. And it does not come with audio. I mean, there were some assumptions on that, but from everything I can see, the audio for it's another, well, if you do the Rockford Fosgate, it's $1,000. I'm sure there'll be other aftermarket opportunities that'll be more affordable than that, but it doesn't come with the audio in the fairing.
Well, I mean, let's face it. Harley Davidson is the king of, we get it almost there, but you need to add this, this, and this to make it better. That is kind of their MO. It always has been. But when I sold for Harley Davidson, that was one of our selling points. Was the beauty of a Harley Davidson is everybody buys it, everybody modifies it, so none of them are exactly the same.
Exactly. And I was really pretty excited when I saw the pricing. If you didn't know, the pricing and the specs on the bikes actually got updated about 20 minutes into the launch. So about 20 minutes, 15 minutes into launch, maybe halfway there, you could actually get on the website, see the pricing. I was impressed with the pricing from the ST originally. I've had a couple hours to dig into the specs a little bit. I'm not quite as excited as I was initially.
All right, guys. So I could sit here and talk about new motorcycles all day long, but we've only got like a 10-minute segment. So what I want you to do is I want you to go check out Riding in the Ozarks. I know he's got a video he's getting ready to put out right now. And I'm sure if you guys watch along, he's going to dig deep into these bikes and he will have all kinds of details for you. So if you want to know all the stats, all the specs and everything and what's going on in Harley world, go check out Mike at Riding in the Ozarks on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. I guarantee you will not be disappointed.
Bikers Supporting Bikers is fueled by SupportBikers.com and hosted by the Badgers from the Badgers and the Biker Lifestyle. SupportBikers.com is your online biker map. Pin yourself on the map today.
That's it for our 10-minute segment on Open Road Radio. This was aired on January 29th of 2022. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, go check out Open Road Radio's Facebook page and click on the live button. Keep watching because you'll see who her other guests were this segment and other topics. And remember, guys, it's not about the destination, it's all about the ride. See ya!